Long, long ago, when animals still gathered under the great trees to discuss the affairs of the kingdom, a terrible disaster struck the land. The rain disappeared. For months the sky remained dry. Then the months became seasons, and still not a single drop of rain fell. The rivers became shallow. The streams disappeared. The grass turned brown, and the trees began to lose their leaves. Hunger spread throughout the animal kingdom. Every day, another animal became too weak to walk. Some collapsed from starvation, while others wandered endlessly in search of food. The situation became so terrible that the lion, the king of the animals, summoned an emergency meeting. Animals came from every corner of the kingdom: elephants, antelopes, monkeys, dogs, tortoises, birds, and many others. The lion stood before them and spoke. "My people, we cannot continue like this. There is almost nothing left to eat, and many of us are dying. We must find a way to survive until the rain returns." The animals discussed the matter for a long time. Finally, they reached a painful decision. They agreed that their oldest and weakest members, who they believed had lived long enough, would be sacrificed one after another so that the younger animals could survive. It was a terrible decision, but hunger had made the animals desperate. One by one, the elderly animals were killed and used as food, but there was one animal whose mother was not among them. The dog had a secret. Far away from the kingdom, his mother was still alive. Instead of allowing her to be sacrificed, the dog secretly traveled to a distant village. Whenever he returned, he carried food for his mother. But he knew that if the other animals discovered the truth, they would come looking for her. So he hid her high inside the hollow trunk of an enormous Iroko tree. The tree was so tall that its branches seemed to touch the clouds. Each time the dog visited, he carried food and gifts for his mother. When it was time for her to send the food down to him, they used a rope. The dog would stand beneath the tree and sing a special song. As soon as his mother heard the song, she would lower the rope. The dog would climb up, collect his food, and return safely. They repeated this secret arrangement for many months. And strangely enough, while almost every animal in the kingdom became thin and weak, the dog remained strong. His fur was shiny, his body was healthy. And whenever he walked through the kingdom, the other animals wondered how he managed to survive.
How does he look so well fed?
One day, the tortoise was passing near the Iroko tree when he noticed something unusual. He saw the dog climbing down from the tree. There was oil around the dog's mouth, and he looked healthier than ever. The tortoise's eyes widened. "Dog!"
Buddy!
he called. The dog stopped. "My friend," said the tortoise, "I have been watching you for some time. Everyone else is starving, but you grow stronger every day. Please tell me, where are you getting your food?" The dog hesitated. "This is a secret," he replied. "I promise I will never tell anyone," the tortoise said. The dog looked at him carefully. "Do you swear?" "I swear," replied the tortoise. After thinking for a moment, the dog finally agreed. He told the tortoise about his mother and the hidden food inside the Iroko tree, but he warned him, "You must not tell another soul. If the animals discover this secret, they may harm my mother." The tortoise nodded. "I understand." That evening the dog took the tortoise to the tree. When they reached the bottom, the dog sang his special song. His mother heard him and lowered the rope. The two animals climbed up. The tortoise was amazed by what he saw. There was food, more food than he had seen in months. His stomach rumbled with excitement. For the first time in a long while, he ate until he was satisfied. But the tortoise had a weakness. He loved secrets almost as much as he loved food. The next day, while the dog was away, the tortoise returned to the animals. He could no longer keep what he knew to himself. "Do you want to know why the dog is so healthy?" he asked. The starving animals gathered around him. The tortoise smiled. "I know where he gets his food." The animals were shocked. "Where?" "The giant Iroko tree." Immediately excitement spread through the crowd. The animals followed the tortoise to the tree. When they arrived, the tortoise stood beneath it and imitated the dog's song. From high above, the dog's mother heard the familiar melody, but something didn't feel right. The voice was different. She hesitated. "Is that really my son?" she wondered. The hungry animals began begging. Eventually, the old mother decided to take a chance. She lowered the rope. The moment it touched the ground, the animals rushed toward it. One climbed after another. Elephants pushed forward. Monkeys scrambled up. Antelopes tried their best to climb. Even the tortoise hurried toward the rope. But just as the animals began climbing, the dog returned. He looked up. His heart nearly stopped. He could see the animals climbing toward his mother. "My mother!" he shouted. Then he quickly sang another song, one his mother knew only too well. "Mother, my mother, listen to your son! Cut the rope! Cut the rope! Your son is calling! Cut the rope! If you do not cut it, the hungry animals will reach you." The old mother recognized her son's voice immediately. She understood the danger. Without wasting another second, she pulled out a knife and cut the rope. Crash! The animals came tumbling down from the tree. Some landed on the ground. Others crashed into bushes and rocks. Several animals injured their legs, backs, and ankles, and poor Tortoise suffered the worst fate of all. The other animals fell directly on top of him. Crack! His shell shattered into several pieces. The tortoise cried out in pain, "Help me, please!" Eventually, a kind snail found him. The snail felt sorry for the injured tortoise and carefully used its sticky slime to hold the broken pieces of his shell together. The pieces did not fit perfectly. Some were raised, others were uneven. And that, according to the old tale, is why the tortoise's shell has a rough, cracked, and patched appearance to this very day. But the story leaves us with an important lesson. A secret entrusted to you is a responsibility, not an opportunity to impress others. The tortoise's hunger was understandable. His curiosity was understandable. But his inability to keep his promise brought disaster upon himself and the other animals. And sometimes the very secret we reveal in search of an advantage can become the cause of our greatest trouble.